πάω να κάνω 32 accounts. Ούτε καν. Έτσι δεν μετράει, μαλάκες. Μπορώ να κοιτάξω όποιος κάνει double accounts. Άμα έχει double accounts δεν μετράει. Θα πάμε 150 viewers θα πάμε μετά. Θα το ανεβάσω άμα κάνετε εκλεψίες. Θα το ανεβάσω άμα κάνετε εκλεψίες, κανονίστε. VPN. Ή κλέφτης. Κάνεις recommend Sekiro. Sekiro είναι η ζωή μου, είναι η ψυχή μου, είναι η ανάσα μου. Πριν το Elden Ring, το Sekiro ήταν το αγαπημένο μου Souls-like. Και είναι ακόμα top 1 μαζί με το Sekiro μαζί. Μαζί με το Elden Ring μαζί. Το λατρεύω το Sekiro με την ψυχή μου, με την ανάσα μου, με τη ζωή μου. Το Sekiro είναι insane. Sekiro είναι actually καλύτερο από το Bloodborne, πολύ καλύτερο. Αν και λατρεύω και το Bloodborne, το Sekiro είναι insane. Τελεία. Και όποιος λέει ότι το Sekiro δεν είναι καλό, σκυλίσιο. Παίξε normal ρε παιδιά να αναγκαστεί λόγω πτήσης να παίξει DS2. Θα βάλω τη γιαγιά μου να φτιάξει account, λέει άλλος. Ρε κλέφτη. Κλεφταρά κλεφτρώνει. Λοιπόν, πάμε. Ποια η γνώμη σου για το Lies of P και Kazan? Kazan insane, Lies of P ok. Είναι ένα ok Souls-like. Το Kazan είναι πολύ καλύτερο από το Lies of P. Είναι insane το Kazan, πάρα πολύ καλό. Παίξε τον και αν είμαστε 10 μελής οικογένεια και όλοι βλέπουμε Mysta να μην έχουμε λογαριασμούς. Δηλαδή, άλλο εκεί στο δίνω. Εκεί στο δίνω. Pixel Forge στο δίνω εκεί. Εκεί στο δίνω. Άντε καλά. Όλοι το show να μπει το live του Mysta. Φαντάζεσαι παππούς, γιαγιά, προγιαγιά, ξαδέλφια, αδέλφια κλπ. Έτσι. Όλοι γλυκούλιδες μέσα. Anyway, πάμε. Πάμε κυρίες και κύριοι, πάμε τώρα ξεκινήσουμε να δούμε Kojima. Λοιπόν παιδιά, για όσους δεν ξέρετε, είμαστε co-streamer των Summer Game Fest έτσι, σε κάθε χρόνο εδώ και πολλά χρόνια. Βασικά μισό λεπτό για να το καταλάβουμε. Και όλα αυτά είναι έτσι κάτω από την ομπρέλα του Summer Game Fest. Από το 2021 που ξεκίνησε, που πέθανε η E3 με COVID φάση και τέτοια, και είμαστε κάθε χρόνο, βλέπετε, Summer Game Fest από το 21, 24, 23 κλπ. Κάθε χρόνο official co-stream τέλος πάντων, και όχι μόνο του Summer Game Fest αλλά και του The Game Awards, έτσι, και εκεί πέρα είμαστε μπροστά και βλέπουμε όλα τα events, βλέπουμε τα PlayStation State of Play, τα Xbox Showcases και ό,τι τέλος πάντων τριγυρίζουν όλα αυτά τα shows. Είναι παιδιά κυριολεκτικά, λες και βλέπεις Oscar, Eurovision και τέτοια. Εγώ δεν βλέπω τέτοια, βλέπω αυτά, και πάρα πολλοί κόσμος έτσι τα τίμησε και ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ που ήρθατε. Και συνεχίζουμε τώρα, όλη η εβδομάδα είναι το Summer Game Fest, και το τελευταίο πράγμα του και κλείνει το Summer Game Fest είναι ουσιαστικά το Death Stranding, το μεγάλο, έτσι, είναι το Death Stranding. Μέσα στην εβδομάδα που μας πέρασε είχαμε πάρα πολλά shows, όπως State of Unreal, State of Play, το Summer Game Fest, το μεγάλο show που ήταν το καλύτερο, έτσι, το Xbox Showcase που ήταν εκπληκτικό, ήταν όλα πάρα πολύ καλά, και το τελευταίο μεγάλο σε εισαγωγικά, έτσι, το PC Game Show ποτέ δεν μου αρέσει, οπότε δεν κάθομαι να ασχοληθώ. Πολύ μέτρια, είδα τι δείξανε και εκεί πέρα, πάρα πολύ μέτρια πράγματα. Και το μεγάλο είναι το Kojima, έτσι, το Death Stranding 2 Game Premiere on the Beach. Και μετά το επόμενο μεγάλο show θα είναι στη Gamescom, παιδιά, τον Αύγουστο, το οποίο θα έχουμε το Opening Night Live, το οποίο παρουσιάζει πάλι ο Jeff Keighley, και εκεί προφανώς δεν είμαστε επίσημοι συνεργάτες με το Gamescom, αλλά θα το δούμε ούτως ή άλλως σε live stream. Οπότε ραντεβού εκεί, και μετά το επόμενο ραντεβού της χρονιάς, το τελευταίο, θα είναι στα Game Awards το Δεκέμβριο, να είστε όλοι εκεί πέρα. Είναι μια γιορτή, είναι τα Oscar των video games κυριολεκτικά, και είναι πολύ καλύτερα από τα Oscar. Το show είναι πάρα πολύ, μου αρέσει το show πάντα. Άλλες φορές καλύτερα, άλλες φορές όχι τους καλά, πολύ ωραίες φάσεις, έτσι. Γενικά μου αρέσει πάρα πολύ. Οπότε ελάτε να τα δούμε, να είστε εδώ πέρα, ένα follow, subscribe κλπ, για να μην τα χάσετε. Μη θα κάνει Elden Ring Cooking Shorts. Ποιο είναι το αγαπημένο σου, έτσι, game event of all time? Το αγαπημένο μου game event, το αγαπημένο μου game event είναι actually το The Game Awards. Μ' αρέσει πάρα πολύ. τα The Game Awards και μετά το Summer Game Fest. Μ' αρέσουν πάρα πολύ αυτά τα δύο. Δηλαδή, μ' αρέσει περισσότερο το Game Awards, το Summer Game Fest από το Gamescom. Για κάποιο λόγο, δεν ξέρω. Το Gamescom πάντα είναι χλιαρό, θα έλεγα. Χλιαρό θα το έλεγα. Λοιπόν, πάμε να δούμε τώρα το Death Stranding on the Beach. Ladies and gentlemen.
Please welcome to the stage the creator of Summer Game Fest and your host for this evening, Jeff Keighley.
Jeff Keighley, αγόρι μου! Πού είσαι, Μπαρσά μου?
Yes, let's do it. Hello, everybody.
Νάτος!
Thanks
Σήμερα, φέτος θα έρθει σαν Anime Con Βελίδιο, δεν γνωρίζω. Δεν γνωρίζω ακόμα.
for coming out tonight to a very, very special event. This is
Hello,
of course,
hello,
the
chat.
Death
Hello,
Stranding
καλώς
2
ήρθατε.
game premiere. And following on Friday, you probably saw Hideo was with us live at Summer Game Fest. Any of you guys see that or with us in the audience? He showed you a scene of Neil, where there's going to be a lot more Neil tonight. There's going to be a lot more Hideo and a lot more of the cast in the game that we're going to show.
Σάκαρος Κολόμπουρο κάπου εδώ δεξιά κάθεται. Κάπου εκεί κάθεται. Σάκαρος Κολόμπουρο κάπου δεξιά αγωνία κάθεται. Σάκαρος Κολόμπουρο.
You know, this is a special moment for me because we announced Death Stranding 2 with Hideo at the Game Awards back in 2022 right here in Los Angeles, and this really brings it full circle to be a couple weeks away from the launch of the game. And tonight, of course, Mr. Kojima will be here, but you're going to get the first live game demo, and you're going to see some stuff that you've never seen before from Death Stranding 2.
Ooh.
Multiple clips of it. You're going to get a great sense of this game, and I've had a chance to play a bunch of it. I was in
Και εγώ θέλω να παίξω Death Stranding, δώστε μου.
Tokyo a month or so ago, played more than 20 hours of it, and it's really spectacular. So you're going to get a taste of that tonight. Well, enough about me.
Ονόμασε πιο εικονικό ζευγάρι από Jeff και Kojima. Η αλήθεια είναι ότι έχεις απόλυτο δίκιο. Μ' αρέσει, μ' αρέσει.
Let's hear from the man, the creator of Death Stranding and a true legend in the entertainment world. Please join me in welcoming the world-renowned game creator, Mr. Hideo Kojima.
Kojima-san! Arigato! Arigato gozaimasu! Kojima-san! Anata-e! Anata-e!
And Aki will translate, as always.
Minna,
well,
Kojima-san.
Mr. Kojima, this is a special moment for you and for all of us. Let's take a seat and talk more about Death Stranding 2.
Εν τω μεταξύ το σακάκι του Kojima με σχέδια πάνω και έτσι.
Well, Hideo, as I said, I know it's been a long journey to get here. The game is complete. Now you're beginning the world tour. We're starting it here in Los Angeles, where we announced the game a number of years ago. I'm sure you must be looking forward to its final release. I know the fans.
Το παπούτσι, ναι, και το παπούτσι iconic, ρε. Ισχύει, εσύ και το παπούτσι.
40年ぐらいゲーム作ってきたん
I've
で
been
すけど
creating games for 40 years,
今までもいろいろありましたけど
and I had so many
Το ξέρετε ότι 40 χρόνια φτιάχνει παιχνίδια. Ξέρετε ότι είναι 60 χρονών ο Kojima αυτή τη στιγμή. Είναι 60 μαλάκες.
things. But this time it was special. We
コロ
had
ナの中で
the
ちょっと病
pandemic,
気をしまして
and I became a little sick
そ
during
の
the
時絶対
pandemic.
完成でき
And
な
I
い
thought I would never
そうい
finish
うところまで行
DS2,
ったんですけど
but
なんとか完
I
成し
made
て
it,
こ
and
の日を迎えられて
I'm here today for the
まあ
event,
一番嬉しいですこ
and
れま
I'm
ではい
happy as ever.
Fun fact, αυτός όταν αρρώστησε στο COVID ανησύχησε ότι θα πεθάνει και δεν ξέρει τι θα γίνει με το στούντιο και λέει δεν θέλει να κάνουν, να συνεχίζουν να κάνουν και καινούργια πράγματα και άφησε ένα USB stick στον βοηθό του με ιδέες του σαν τη διαθήκη του. Ήδη, το έχει αφήσει, έχει γίνει ντόρος με αυτό λίγο. Όχι 60 είναι ρε, μοιάζει 40, εγώ 25 και μοιάζω 40. Ισχύει, ο μπρο είναι 60 και μοιάζει 40, ούτε 40 δεν μοιάζει, αλήθεια είναι. Ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ για το follow, Κύρα. Να είσαι καλά.
ありがとうございます
Thank you so much, everyone.
Νομίζω 40, ναι, τόσο, 40-45 max μοιάζει, ρε φίλε.
They're going to be even happier when I think they get to play it. You know, we're all itching, obviously, to play through the full game. I got to play some of it. And
Ο Τζεφ παπουτσάκι τέτοιο.
Gullis. Here is going to get to play it when it comes out June 26th. Why don't you tell people what you have in store for them tonight, for those of you here in the audience, and of course, all of you watching the live stream as well.
まあこれまでトレーラー
Γεια σου, ρε, Κύρα.
を編集してきました
I
Από εδώ
edited
καλύτερα,
a couple of
καλύτερα είναι από
trailers
εδώ.
you've seen.
まあトレーラーも
Τανιάρης ο Τζεφ, ναι.
I think you're full with trailers, right? My
ただ
trailers.
とはいえですね、
But we
However,
love them.
yeah, もう大
Fun fact, τα trailer τα κάνει edit ο ίδιος ο Kojima.
もうすぐ発売なんで、
However,
まあ、ネタバレ
street
しないよう
day
に、
is right around the corner,
まあ、オープニ
and
ン
I
グ
don't want
と
to give
か、
any,
ちょ
you
っと
know,
した
Κυριολεκτικά
ゲーム
16 μέρες
away,
μείνανε
so I'll
μέχρι να
show
βγει
you
το
a
game.
little opening and also the gameplay, and also invite some cast, and I hope everyone could just enjoy that as a show tonight.
Fantastic. You guys into that? We're very much looking forward to the fact that we're going to have some live gameplay of it. But before we get to the guests,
Προλαβαίνεις
the
άνετα.
game, I want to talk a bit about the journey
Και εγώ θέλω να ξαναπαίξω το ένα γάμο
you know,
του.
bringing DS2 to life.
Δεν
You
προλαβαίνω όμως, δεν έχω
mentioned
χρόνο.
the COVID pandemic. You know, I know that you were, you know, sick for a while. It was a challenging time for you personally. And I know that affected the story that you wanted to share with the
Μίστα, γνώμη, αλλά δεν θα είναι για να αξίζει επειδή με έψησε πολύ το 2 παρόλα τα αρνητικά σχόλια. Κοίταξε, όταν έπαιξα από το 1, το review μου τι ήτανε? Ότι το λάτρεψα σαν Mysta, το αγάπησα το Death Stranding 1, αλλά δεν μπορώ να το προτείνω σε κανέναν. Γιατί το Death Stranding είναι τόσο ιδιαίτερο, είναι τόσο ιδιαίτερο παιχνίδι. Είτε θα το αγαπήσεις τέρμα, είτε θα το συγχαθείς, θα πεις παίζω courier και μεταφέρω πακέτα και περπατάω στον δρόμο και είναι χάλια το χειρισμός και όλα χάλια είναι. Είναι αυτοί οι άνθρωποι και είναι οι άνθρωποι που το λατρεύουν. Οπότε εγώ προσωπικά δεν αισθάνομαι άνετα να το προτείνω το Death Stranding 1. Αυτό που λέω πάντα, δες gameplay, δες 5-10 reviews από ανθρώπους που εμπιστεύεσαι και μετά αποφάσισε αν θα παίξεις. Για μένα προσωπικά όμως η άποψή μου είναι είτε θα σ' αρέσει είτε δεν θα σ' αρέσει, κάθε gamer που σέβεται τον εαυτό του θα πρέπει να κάνει experience έστω μία φορά το Death Stranding 1 και το Death Stranding 2 προφανώς κατ' επέκταση. Γιατί είναι ένα αριστούργημα, είναι κάτι διαφορετικό, είναι κάτι μοναδικό, είναι ιδιαίτερο και δεν υπάρχει τουλάχιστον ένα πράγμα μέσα στο Death Stranding που να μην σου αρέσει. Είτε η μουσική, είτε η ατμόσφαιρα, είτε οι χαρακτήρες, είτε η ηθοποιοί, είτε το voice acting, είτε οτιδήποτε, κάτι θα σ' αρέσει. Δεν παίζει να μην σου αρέσει τίποτα. Αυτό, τέλος πάντων, αυτό. Γενικά, εγώ προσωπικά, κάθε άνθρωπος θα πρέπει να κάνει experience και στο τέλος, άμα το συγχαθείς και δεν θα αρέσει, τουλάχιστον θα το έχεις κάνει experience και να έχεις λίγο ανοιχτό μυαλό να εκτιμήσεις τι πράγματα φτιάχνει εκεί πέρα. Γιατί θα καταλάβεις ότι δεν είναι πάλι ένα παιχνίδι όπως όλα τα άλλα. Είναι κάτι πολύ ξεχωριστό. Για μένα, genius. Πολύ μ' άρεσε.
Players in that game. So could you maybe talk a little bit about the journey to bring us to this day?
まあ、DS1 を作ったとか、まあ、
Γεια σου Ελένα, γεια σου. Ευχαριστώ που πέρασες. Καλή συνέχεια.
6年ぐらいかな
16 when I
Take care.
started like Death
まあ当時
Stranding.
も、世界がちょっと孤立化してて
Area, the social situation was everyone was divided, solitude. So I made that as a theme in
で皆さんつなが
DS1.
りましょうと。
And I said, everyone, let's
で
get connected.
その直後にコロナになりまし
Let's
た。
get
Right after
connected.
that release of the game, we
まあ
became,
フ
we
ィ
had
ク
the
ションだったの
pandemic.
が本物になってしまいました
And my fiction became a little
でコロナ
reality.
の中でいろいろあった中で
And I experienced a
まあ
lot
インターネッ
during
トがあっ
the
たので皆
pandemic.
さん
And
あの
since we
デ
had
ジタルのつながりはあっ
internet,
たんでしょう
we
け
had
ど
this connection over digital during the
そちらの
pandemic,
方に移行しすぎ
which was
て
great. But it
いわゆる
moved on too
アナログ
much
の
to
つながり
digital.
というのが
And we
ちょっ
forgot
と急速にな
about
りつつあったの
analog
で
connection to meet in person.
最初 DS2 の企画って
Ναι, ποιο είναι το κακό πράγμα σε αυτό, Kojima? Καλύτερα από online, μακριά και αγαπημένη. Γιατί?
When I,
Εδώ διαφωνώ,
I
φίλε.
already had the DS2 idea, but I had to scratch that off because I experienced the
コロナ
pandemic.
の後のつなが
So
りと
I
いうか
rewrote
今の新しい
because it's a
考え方っていう
new
のを
connection
ゲームのシステ
after
ムに入れ
pandemic.
て
So I
まあ
put
皆
that
さ
in
ん
the game
体
system.
験してほしいと
And I wanted to
いう思い
everyone
で
to experience that because it's after the pandemic I created DS2.
So in many ways, you created stories for two games. So the one version, then you rewrote it and reconceived it?
いやいやコロナの時僕の頭のだけにあった
Well, it was just in my head, you know, when I first. And I'm not going to reveal that, so, you know.
Well, you're of course back here in Los Angeles now, where we announced DS2 at TGA, and I know LA has been a big part of the story of this game, with you coming here to do a lot of the performance capture with the cast as well, right?
そうですね LA が一
Yeah.
番年間で来る
I come to
友達も知り
LA
合いも
probably a
多
lot.
い
I
で
have
す
a lot of
し
friends here as
子供
well.
の時に
And
チップスとか
when I was a child,
アメリカのドラマを
I
いっぱ
saw
い
a
見て
lot
ま
of
す
dramas like Chips and all these
Starsky and
based on
Hutch とか
Starsky and Hutch, all these
まあ LA 大
California,
好きで
LA thing,
本
and I
当は
loved
LA の
it.
殺人家の刑事になる
And
は
I
ずだったん
wanted
です
to be a homicide detective of LA police, but I couldn't be that, you know.
Ήθελα να γίνει detective, λέει, στο LA.
I wanted to, but
LA 大好きです。
that's how much I love LA.
Well, we're glad to have you here. LA loves you, Hideo.
Okay, what?
As I mentioned, I was lucky enough to be over in Tokyo.
Κάνει ένα βίντεο πώς κατεβάζουμε 5M. What?
Just a few months ago to get a chance to play through the early parts of Death Stranding 2. It's a lot of the previews that you read online from media that got a chance to experience the first 20 or 30 hours of the game. And it was, as someone that loved DS1, DS2 really takes things to the next level and adds a lot of new elements that
Λέει DS1 και DS2 και νομίζω μιλάει Dark
we'll talk
Souls,
about
φίλε.
tonight. But I think it really has refined a lot of the ideas that you had in the first game. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the shirt that you're wearing. There you go. There's the reveal. Tell us about this.
Άνω,
まあパブロさん、
I've
内
asked
田さんにもう一度書いてもらいまして、
Uchida to draw a new
DS1 でも書
poster.
いていただいたんですけど、
And you remember the DS1 poster he drew,
まあ
but
彼の僕大ファンで、
and I'm a big fan of him, so I asked him
ま
again
た書いていただきました。
to draw a poster for DS2.
Wow. Well, that's beautiful. And that's
πολύ,
first
μοιάζει λίγο 90s style το poster
that
αυτό.
poster there as well. Amazing. Well, thank you for sharing that with us, Hideo. Where is that going to be used? It's a poster, but we'll...
まあポスターとか反則と
Yeah,
かノベラジの表紙
posters
とか、
or like
これからいっぱい使いたいと
or like the title of the novel that I'll do. I'm like
ただ
marketing
パッケ
PR
ージのメ
things,
イン
but
ビジュアル
it's
は
not for the game package.
サムとル
The
ー。
game package is, as you know, it's Sam and Lou, so that'll be the key art for the game.
Great. All right. Well, we have so much to show you guys today, including a bunch of gameplay from Death Stranding 2. And I'm sure you're excited to bring out some of our guests and hear from our guests. So, first of all, we have a special video message from our first guest. Let's take a look.
Για να δούμε. Είναι όλο το cast εδώ, όλοι διάσημοι, ρε.
Hi everyone, it's Elle Fanning here. I play tomorrow in Death Stranding 2 on the beach, and I know the team has put together a very exciting show for you today. I'm so sorry that I couldn't be there, but I will reconnect and see you all very soon. Have fun!
Reconnect, είδες. Reconnect. Χρησιμοποιούν και τη γλώσσα του, ρε μαλάκα.
Elle Fanning, of course, plays tomorrow, and we'll be seeing some incredible footage of tomorrow in action. Don't want to spoil anything. But you're going to learn a lot more about tomorrow tonight.
Θα έχει gameplay, έτσι.
Of course, yeah, tomorrow tonight. Exactly. Makes sense.
Tomorrow tonight.
But now let's welcome some of our other special guests to the stage. First up, she plays the role of Rainey in Death Stranding 2 on the beach. Please welcome to the stage the beautiful Shioli Kutsuna.
Shioli Kutsuna.
Fantastic. Our next guest, a man who we all know and love. He plays Higgs back again for DS2.
Troy Baker!
Troy Baker! Come
Woo!
on, Troy!
Λατρεύω τον Troy, μαλάκα. Λατρεύω. Προσπάθησε τουλάχιστον ο τύπος.
And finally, let's bring out someone who's been deeply involved in the music of Death Stranding 2. He's flown all the way from Paris, France to be here. Please give a warm welcome to Woodkid.
Αυτό δεν τον ήξερα καν. Πριν από αυτό δεν τον ήξερα καν ποιος είναι αυτός. Δεν έχω ιδέα. Ο Kojima καταλαβαίνει αγγλικά και πρέπει να μιλήσει. Ναι, ισχύει. Αγκαλίτσες που κάνουνε. Ευχαριστώ το follow Games Colony. Καλώς ήρθατε, παιδιά. Αράξτε.
Let's take a seat and get the show started. First of all, I want to ask
Ευχαριστώ το follow πάνω GK1. Καλώς ήρθατε,
all of
παιδιά.
you guys about your involvement with Hideo. Shirley, tell me about how did you get involved in this project? How did Mr. Kojima reach out to you?
I got a text from my friend, actress Rinko Kikuchi. She's a Japanese actress. And she was like, oh, Hideo wants to be in touch with you. And I had no idea what she meant. But the next thing I knew, I was at his office and with like a huge screen with like the most coolest artwork of my character. And he was like briefing me with all the details and just like that.
Wow.
Τέτρο, ηρέμησε ρε, μην είσαι χαμένος.
Why did you want to have Shioli in this game?
ですね、日本のキャラクターを出したかったんです
Well, I
ね。
wanted to have a Japanese
ア
character.
ジアの人を CG にする
Like-
とかなり難しいんですよ。
It's very difficult and challenging to have an Asian kind of person as a
Γεια, έχω γενέθλια, σε παρακαλώ, πες χρόνια πολλά. Χρόνια πολλά πάνω. Χρόνια πολλά ψυχούλα μου.
CG.
Να τα
And I
κατοστήσεις.
wanted to really do my
まあ
best
英
this
語
time.
で喋って日本語でも
But,
喋れないといけないので
You know, it has to be someone who could speak native English
で
and also speak
まあしおりさんを
Japanese.
狙ってたんですけ
And I
ど、
always thought about Shiori as casting, but I didn't know her address.
菊池凛子さん
So I knew Rinko
友達だったんで
Kikuchi, my friend,
メール
so
送って
I kind of mailed her saying, hey,
彼女のアドレスを聞
I
いたん
need
ですけ
her
ど、
address, you know.
凛
And
子
then
さ
she
ん
told
は
me.
凛子さんは
Εσείς το καλύτερο
私に
πάνω,
は
εσύ.
役はないので
And
Χρόνια
Rinko
πολλά,
was
φίλε μου.
like, you're not asking me, you know, but never mind. I wanted to just, you know, contact Shiori.
Well, it worked out. You're incredible. We're going to see some scenes, I know, today.
Εν τω μεταξύ, ο Kojima μαζεύει τους διάσημους λες και είναι Pokemon, ρε φίλε.
Future Rainy. Troy, you have a long history with Mr. Kojima across multiple franchises, and Higgs is back in DS2.
Ωραίος ο
But
Higgs.
you
Εμένα μου
obviously
άρεσε
started
πολύ ο
working,
Higgs.
collaborating with him on Metal
Σαν
Gear,
χαρακτήρας,
now into
στα
this.
τρέιλερ.
Tell us a bit about, you know, returning to the role of Higgs 5 years later.
Στο 2 εννοώ. Και στο 1 ήταν ωραίο, στο 2
How does it
πιο πολύ
feel?
μ' άρεσε.
That's a weird thing to think about. It's been 5 years. First of all, whenever you have a new project like this, a new idea, no matter how
Ναι,
experienced you are,
ξεκάθαρα,
it's
ναι.
always a little
Κριστιανό
scary
Ρονάλντο
to
του
come
Game
up with
Dev, ναι,
something
ναι.
new. And you guys have been so incredibly supportive. And in
Αυτός και
5
Μιγιαζάκη,
years,
ρε.
we've watched this community grow to such an amazing level and with such voracious support for this story, for this character, for all of the characters. And so to come back to this 5 years later, after seeing, I gotta say, Higgs cosplay is like next level, y'all. And it is always cool every time. So now I can see how much this story, how much these characters, and especially the story that we tried to tell and the message that we tried to communicate with this game, how much that's resonated with you guys. So to come in 5 years later and go, okay, now let's take it up higher. We all rose to that challenge, and I think that we did a damn good job. I can't wait for you guys to play it.
God damn, let's go!
Already
10
great.
μέρες, 15 μέρες.
Wood Kid at South by Southwest, it was revealed your collaboration with Hideo. And tonight we'll talk a lot about that because it's a very deep collaboration that you had across the score and soundtrack. And we'll hear some of your incredible work tonight. But tell me, how did this collaboration begin with Hideo?
Hideo called me for the director's cut of the first episode, the first installment. And he wanted to use 2 songs from my second record on it. And it was of course an
Μαλάκες,
honor
είναι
because I
κάποιος
grew up with
που
Hideo's
ξέρει αυτόν το
game,
Wood
so
Kid.
it was just like a dream coming
Εγώ δεν το
true.
ξέρω αυτό να.
And I think just during the pandemic or something, I think he called me and be like, would you want to come and work differently now, like writing music? And that's how it started. Just me going to Japan right after lockdown, I think, and starting to work in the offices. And that's how it all started.
Πάμε ρε
We're gonna see
Turbo.
tonight.
Yeah, I know you spent
Star
a fair
Stream
amount
Flick.
of time actually in the KJP office, and this was a different level of collaboration for you,
Δεν
Hideo, I
έχω,
think,
λέω,
as a
guys.
musician. Tell us a bit about that.
僕の
Well,
まあオフィスと
I
か
have my
自分の
little
席の隣に
office, you know,
会
and then
議
there's
室があるんですけ
a
ど
meeting space right next
そ
to
こを
it.
まあヨア
So
ンの席にして
I said, this is
そこ
Johan's
に
room.
朝早くヨアン
And he comes early in the morning and he
Αν το
goes
βλέπει αγκώτη,
late at
δεν
night.
υπάρχει.
僕トイレ行った帰りに
And every time I go to the bathroom, I kind of stop
Φίλε,
by and say, hey, what's your new
Claire
song?
Obscure
And he
Expedition
made me
33, bro.
listen to the... you
Πολύ
know,
δύσκολα
and I
το
also
βλέπω
did,
να το
like,
πικάρει.
the training with him together, like stretch.
Αλλά ξέρω πως τη δουλεύει η μηχανία και σας λέω ότι αυτός θα πάρει το Gotti. Γιατί το The Game Awards είναι του Jeff και ο Kojima είναι φίλος του Jeff. Και ξέρετε πώς γίνονται όλα αυτά τα πράγματα και εγώ πιστεύω ότι θα το πάρει το Death Stranding 2, αλλά δεν μπορώ να πω τώρα γιατί θέλω να παίξω πρώτο το παιχνίδι και μετά να εκφέρω άποψη, αλλά μέχρι στιγμής δεν υπάρχει κανένα game που έχω παίξει που έχει βγει φέτος που να είναι καλύτερο από το Clear Obscure.
In the morning with my
変わ
trainer.
った感じです
So it was a really strange relationship. He was there for like a long time.
I wasn't abducted. There was no.
Εγώ πιστεύω τα Death Stranding είναι εκπληκτικά παιχνίδια, αλλά δεν είναι για Game of the Year.
Nothing weird. It was consensual.
Έχει καιρό να πάρει Sony Game of the Year. Πέρσι κυριολεκτικά πήρε το Astrobot.
But I think, your games always have music as a key through line, and it feels like this one, the songs he was working on really have an emotional connection to the story, right? And there were themes.
I know him from an anime Arcane 2. He had a song in an anime called Ashes and Blood. Για ποιον λες, Κατερίνα? Για τον Woodkid. Εμένα μ' άρεσε πάρα στο 1 και εμένα μ' άρεσε το 1. Καλησπέρα, εγώ έδεσα. Γεια σου, ρε Δεσάρα. Το ξέχασα αυτό, όλοι προσπαθούμε, Γιώργο. Έκαναν Rob το Black Myth Wukong και πρέπει να πάρει.
Well, same as movies. Music is like, I don't know, maybe 80% is like important. Music is important. Like sound effect as well. Like music, sound effects.
Συμφωνώ απόλυτα. Η μουσική και τα sound effect είναι από τα πιο σημαντικά, αν όχι το πιο σημαντικό πράγμα σε ένα video game, αλλά είδατε τα sound effects του Parry, του Dodge, τα sound cues στο Clear Obscure, η μουσική του Clear Obscure. Μαλάκες, το πήγε insane. Το πήγε insane. Woodkid. Okay, Κατερίνα, δεν το ήξερα. Okay.
And there could be like a total
για μένα πέρυσι ήταν το Metaphor, ούτε καν.
So, again, you have
ωραίο το Metaphor, αλλά αν και δεν το έχω παίξει, δεν μπορώ να πω.
And you just have a music or sound effect
coming in,
insane. 2D. You don't have any temperature, you can't taste anything, but if you have sound effect and music, you get more.
Το Wing το διάλεξε ο Kojima. Ναι, αυτό δεν λένε. Έχω παρατηρήσει, κερδίζουν αυτά που έχουν υψηλή βαθμολογία στο Metacritic. Αν ψάξει, θα δει, έτσι βγαίνει. Καλησπέρα, Mysta. Ούτε εγώ ήξερα το DS1, το έμαθα όπως και Silent Poets, Asylum of the Feelings, καταπληκτικό soundtrack. Ναι, τα soundtrack του Death Stranding είναι πολύ ωραία.
It also kind of affects your emotion through music. You might not need a dialogue sometimes. You have like a happy song or a sad song, and it really evokes your
αυτό που λέει είναι μεγάλη αλήθεια.
Music is in that way very important.
Προσέξτε λίγο στο βίντεο, ρε μαλάκες.
Tonight, I think of how much music is key to the experience of DS2. All right, well, we've got much more to talk about, but I think you guys are here also to see some footage that's never been shown before of Death Stranding 2. And before we get to the gameplay demo, Hideo has prepared a couple of clips from the game that he wants to showcase for you. So first of all, we're going to look at Tomorrow, played by Elle Fanning, and Rainey, played by Shirley, in-game. Do you want to tell us anything about what we're about to see, Hideo?
Well, I already shown this at Tokyo Game Show, but today I wanted to show the English version of it. Tomorrow and Rainey's relationship, you'll get it in the English dialogue.
Great. Okay, here's the first look.
Ναι, η μουσική μπορεί να φτιάξει ολόκληρη σκηνή. Βάλε η δεύτερη μάχη με τον στο Expedition 33. Βλέπει διαφορά. Μπράβο που το έκανες τέτοιο, να μην σποιλάρεις. Μπράβο, κύρα. Σε σεβασμούς. Αυτό ακριβώς. Για να δούμε. Παιδιά, δεν έχω δει τίποτα. Πρώτη φορά τα βλέπω όλα αυτά. Εντάξει, το Tokyo Game Show το είδα, βέβαια. Στα αγγλικά δεν το έχω δει.
Thank you.
Την έχω δει αυτή, είναι απλά στα γεπωνικά.
No one gave birth to babies. They just stayed inside their mother's bellies.
Well, in our world, babies are born and grow up to be adults. Or at least they're supposed to.
It's only natural that Tomorrow wouldn't understand. After all, she was living in the realm of the dead. I wouldn't expect children to be born into such a place.
But Rainey's baby will be born, right?
In due time, of course. Isn't that so?
Damn.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Raindrops are falling on my head. And just like the guy whose feet are too big for his bed, nothing seems to fit. Those raindrops are falling on my head. They keep falling.
So I just did me some talking to the sun.
Oh, that was terrible.
I thought it was
So
pretty good,
wholesome.
actually.
So you'll be a mother who gives birth to her baby.
And I just can't wait.
Κάνει χάμω μικρός.
Talk about terrible, Sam. I've heard dogs with better
Λατρεύουμε Σαμ, έτσι. Ναι, πολύ ωραίο ήταν αυτό. Με άρεσε. Γεια σου Σταύρο, καλησπέρα.
Well, let's talk a bit more about the relationship between Tomorrow and Rainy. Hideo, what can you tell us about what we should take away from that scene about their relationship?
サムが旅をして、
Well, Sam is
マゼラン号というのがつい
traveling,
てくるんですけ
and
ど、
you have this Magellan following you.
仲間をどんどん呼んで、
And in the Magellan, you kind of
仲間が
group
増えていくんですけど、
your members onto the
ト
Magellan.
モローもレイにもちょっと
And
能
Tomorrow
力ある、
and
ちょっ
Rainy,
と過去にいろいろある
of course, has special abilities, but they were
フラジャイルもそうですけど、
even fragile. They were like very lonely. So they
Fragile,
come
ναι, ρε
in,
φίλε.
and you're closely, slowly connecting with them as well, all of them. So Sam,
DS1 はたった一
in
人で
DS1,
世界を
he
つないでましたけど、
connected the world just
今回
alone.
は
But this
通
time,
信圏内であれ
you
ばマゼラ
have
ン号を呼べるの
you
で、
could summon the Magellan
そこに
once
帰
you
れますって
connect
言
the
っても
chiral network.
そこ
So
に
you
彼
could
女
go
たちがい
back,
ると。
and they will always be
サム
there
にとっては
for
一つの
you.
家ですね。
So to Sam,
で
it's
そ
almost
こ
like
で
a home.
彼女たちの
So
人間関係
you
を
could see
人
the
間が育っていく
progression
のを見
of
ていく
how
と
they
いう。
grow inside, as a
そういう狙いがあり
team
ます。
in the Magellan. So that's my goal there.
Shirley, we heard you singing there, I think, right?
Εμένα δεν
That
μου
was your
άρεσε
voice?
τίποτα περισσότερο από το Elden Ring 43 πέρσι.
What was it like recording that scene?
Δεν
but
έχει
also
καμία
getting
δουλειά
to
να
sing?
διαλύσει να βγει η Game of the
Well,
Year.
we sang it. I think we.
Αν και ήταν καλύτερο από πολλά games και να έβγαινε, ας πούμε, ok. Αλλά για μένα άξιζε το Black Myth Wukong. Άμα δεν έχεις παίξει Black Myth Wukong, παίξε.
Both English and Japanese, and I don't sing usually. So I think I was nervous the most to shoot this scene because it's like completely silent in the ADR room, and you can just hear your voice back. But it was a fun scene.
Well, you sound great.
Thank
You should
you.
sing some more. Absolutely.
Δεν ξέρω από ταινίες, παιδιά, δεν βλέπω πολλές ταινίες.
Troy, we know that you sing, and you
Μόνο Lord of the Rings ταινίες, τίποτα
sing
άλλο.
damn good.
Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, Harry Potter και Big Bang Theory.
We heard your voice for the first time, I think, at the DS2 reveal trailer at TGA. We heard you doing Higgs doing BB's theme. So, can we expect some Higgs singing in this game?
If he lets me, absolutely. If you don't know, like I got my start. I thought I was going to make my dent in the world as a musician, and life went no. And instead, I've got this really cool other path for you to follow, and I'm grateful for that. And one of the things that I love most about working with Hideo is the fact that he looks at who we are as people, and he infuses that into the character. And that is something that is such an honor, and I don't say that lightly, because it's so much fun just for someone to go, hey, I want you to sing, or I want you to create your music in this thing that you've always been passionate for. I'm going to make you do something you're not comfortable doing, but that becomes a part of the character. And so I'm grateful. He gave me a chance to sing. I did my best. I hope you guys like it, because definitely, as you've seen, the music, the bar for the music in this game is super high. So I'm just happy to try and vault over it.
Μπράβο, θα τραγουδήσει δηλαδή.
Well,
Hicksは最初ギター持ってなかったんですよ。
Κυριολεκτικά το όπλο του είναι μια ηλεκτρική κιθάρα, αυτό έπρεπε να τραγουδήσει.
didn't have a guitar at
コロナの
first.
時に、
And
世
during
界中が辛い思いしてる時に、
when I was, everyone was feeling low, I was watching maybe YouTube, and I saw Troy's channel, and he was singing with a guitar, and I was really touched. I knew he could sing, but I thought, wait, he could sing really good. So I talked to Yoji, saying, hey, can you design a guitar for Higgs?
Ω, τι λες τώρα, έτσι έγινε.
Can I design a guitar?
ちょっとネタバレに
So
なるとあれです
I
け
don't
ど
want to say so much to spoil things,
それずっと歌ってますね。
but Troy is just constantly singing in the game.
Τι λες τώρα.
So
Γάμο
don't worry.
το. Πολύ ωραίο. Πολύ ωραίο.
Can I tell one more story?
Yes,
just
go
one
for
more
it.
quick story. This also speaks to how open he is to what we do. So you guys have seen this part. The first thing you ever see when Higgs comes in, and he goes, Sam the man, same as it ever was. That was a rehearsal. Because when I hear the line, same as it ever was, I automatically think Talking Heads. You know what I'm talking about, right? So I do that thinking there's no way they're going to keep that. Someone from legal's going to go, what are you, crazy? And he goes, that's it. So that was the first time when I got to sing in Death Stranding 2.
Well, having played the game, I know there's a lot more Troy coming. Woodkid, we heard your
τώρα θέλω περισσότερο να παίξω.
Incredible song. We heard your voice
περισσότερο Troy να τραγουδάει.
Beautiful, amazing, emotional piece of music on the trailer at South by Southwest that's also available as a single. Tell us about the collaboration with Hideo, because you've done over a dozen different tracks with him, some vocal, some instrumental. Tell us about how you approached, collaborating with him for the music.
With a lot of respect, first of all, for his work and for the work of Ludwig and Lauror and just the path that has been written on the first game. So I was very humbled. And it's all about, making procedural music. It's a bit different in this game because it's not just taking some pop songs and putting them in the game. This time we've tried to engineer songs that were completely procedurally rebuilt by the engine. So it is procedural music. It is music that evolves based on the gameplay's actions, on the gameplay sequences, and it is so different for me. It's just a very nerdy approach of music, so I had to reverse engineer the tracks and really build them through musical theory and almost building our own samplers so that the harmony could be built based on the actions. So it's fascinating. It's an amazing process. I'm very grateful. I learned so much in the process.
Αυτό που σου γαμάτο ρε φίλε, που μαθαίνεις καινούργια πράγματα έτσι.
For a song like To the Wilder, does Hideo give you sort of a theme that he wants, an emotional, a feeling that he wants you to bring to life in music, or how do you collaborate on that in the lyrics and the feeling?
Yeah, Hideo came in the office with just the idea of making a song first. That would be kind of like a lead single for the game, but it came with the script, and I have this pile of paper I try to digest, and then the only thing that came in my mind was the idea of wilderness, and To the Wilder was something that came really quickly. I remember we had a demo and it was just humming stuff, To the Wilder, and the To the Wilder came. I was just in the very early on in the kind of random lyrics that I wrote, and it was yeah, that I like. And then I built all around this idea of what it is to be wild, but not just as a landscape, but also as what it is to be wild as a person.
いろんなキャラクターのテーマをヨアンに書いてもらって。
And also Yoan created a lot of themes for each character.
早い時期にラフが出来上がってて、
the rough
それも一緒に聞きましたよね。
He sent to me. He made it very quickly, so I listened to Shiori as well with her character. So during the performance character, there was this rainy scene that we had to shoot with Shiori. We kind of put that music on the set. On that timing, the Rainey's theme, so that she could act according to it. So we did that too. So even during shooting, I kind of used his, draft song.
Ο μεταφραστής πόσο γαμάτος είναι, πόσο καλά τα κάνει, ρε. Ναμπού, γεια σου φίλε μου.
Wow, well we're going to hear much more about the soundtrack a little bit later. But I know you have something else to share with us as well, Hideo, right?
はい、エルさん。
Yes, it's tomorrow's else scenes, and she's a mystery character, but she has special abilities, and she's actually really actions and moves. So I thought I'd bring in that scene. Don't be too surprised watching this. How she
τώρα ζουμάκι θα μας δώσει.
Crazy. Wait until you guys see this scene. Let's check this out.
Αγγλικά το παίξω στο αυθεντικό, ρε. Το original είναι αγγλικά, παιδιά. Αφού είναι ηθοποιοί Άγγλοι, ρε μαλακής. Είναι δυνατόν, τι άλλο θα παίξεις. What? Τι τον έκανε. is happening? Της κάναρε τα πόδια και φτηνείς. Όποιος ξέρει, ξέρει. Quiet. MGS5. Συχαμένοι ποδαράκηδες, σας συχαίνομαι όλους. Πατουσάκηδες, σας συχαίνομαι. Όπα ρε! Bro, what is happening? Μαλάκα, πόσο cool είναι αυτό, δες το. Ανατρίχιασα ρε. Holy moly. Ανατριχίλα, είναι απίθανο ήταν αυτό ρε. Γεια σου Metal Mania, καγορίνα μου, καλησπέρα. Damn. Υπέροχο. Υπέροχο, μαλάκα. What is happening?
Thank you.
Come on, right?
Υπέροχο ήτανε.
Crazy game. Well, now you can see some of what Tomorrow can really do in the full game. Hideo, give us a little bit of context. I know you don't want to spoil much, but what are we seeing there about Tomorrow's abilities?
Well,
it's a little problem. She's stronger than Sam.
She's stronger than Sam.
Well, she has stars coming out from her body, and that, precedes the time, right, when something touches. So I think that's the only secret I could tell you right now.
In that scene also, you talked about your collaboration with Woodkid. Woodkid, I believe that's some of your music that we're seeing there, right, as well?
Yes, it's a Yoan's song, yeah.
So tell us a bit about, what can you tell us about that?
Yeah, it's a song called Tomorrow.
Yeah.
And
where'd you get the name?
Worked hard on that title.
I remember seeing that scene and being like blown away by the strangeness of it. And I thought that we had to make a song that was
ωραίο το τραγούδι που έπαιζε από πίσω όμως,
because there was some kind of craziness in it that had to be reflected in the music. So it's this kind of industrial breadcore that is fully randomized by in the process of composing it. It was just, we had the engine kind of randomize everything, and I composed everything with like tools that helped me randomize the music, so it is so random. Hopefully in a good way, but it's like it's just breaks over breaks, and he goes crazy. And I remember Hideo always pushing me like more crazy. So it's just like yeah, we had a lot of fun editing that.
It's very arresting, amazing scene. Shirley, that's another side of Tomorrow. Is Rainey jealous of her abilities?
Yeah, I mean, how cool is that scene? I remember when I first even watched them rehearsing it with like this strange, I don't even know what you call like this equipment that can do all these kinds of moves. I was so jealous. It was so cool.
Troy, we don't have a Higgs scene today, unfortunately.
I sent you one and you wouldn't play it.
Too many spoilers, Hideo said.
Too many spoilers.
But, Higgs, obviously. What can you tell us about Higgs in this game? What will Hideo let you tell?
I mean, dude, we went talking about going nuts and crazy. I thought we went crazy the first time. Nope. I will say this. Get used. We're just going to say no spoilers because we want you to play the game. We're not going to show you everything right now. But what I can tell you are there are scenes.
Troy Baker είναι μουσικός. Ήθελε να γίνει, ναι.
That I'm really
Αλλά
proud
τελικά
of.
έγινε
I mean, I'm
voice
proud
actor.
of the game, but like when you step on it, it's easy to go, okay, I know what this is like. I know how to do this. And every scene was something that was like, I don't know if I can do this, man. And there's some great story that we get to really unpack, some parts of Higgs that we get to unpack in this, and I'm grateful that we did. I'm grateful that we didn't.
Ο Higgs όντως φαίνεται πολύ ενδιαφέρον χαρακτήρας.
That there is more to explore with Higgs in this.
Ευχαριστώ το Χαϊδρή Κωστή μου.
But everybody. Leia Sadu, oh my God, in this game. We haven't even talked about her yet. You guys don't even know what you're in for. So I'm grateful that obviously there's no shortage of ideas when it comes to Hideo and the vision of this. But also like we as performers get the opportunity to try to execute that. And obviously we want to live up to the vision. We want to live up to our own expectation. But now, just like you said, it's been 5 years, second game, the bar is higher. More than anything, what everybody that stepped foot on that stage or into the office wants to do is give you guys the experience that you're not even expecting to get. And we blow past those expectations. That's what we want to do.
God damn, yes.
Yeah.
Αυτό θέλω να ακούσω, ρε φίλε.
Well, today I don't have Higgs scenes, sorry. But how many played DS1? Remember you battled so much with Higgs. This time, I'm going to make you battle 3 times more. And you're going to...
Το spoiler! Ωραία, μ' αρέσει
Higgs
αυτό.
again, you know. But at the end, you might cry a bit.
Όπα! Plot twist.
Hope he's going to make it. All right.
Plot twist.
We've seen a couple of scenes. I know everyone's very eager to get to the next part of the show because I understand we're going to show a live demo of DS2, right?
Αυτό θέλουμε gameplay, ρε bro.
Well, it's going to be released soon, but I wanted to show you the real opening part of the game. And I've kind of overlapped with the DS1 opening as well, deliberately.
Χίντε, ο άρχοντα, πάρε μας τα υπάρχοντα. Γεια σου, ρε Retro Mike.
Well, it's the Neil scene.
Yes. Fantastic. Yeah, we're going to see multiple sequences from the game, and we're very mindful of not spoiling anything for people that are going to see it. But yeah, I know we're going to start out with live playthrough of the game. As Hideo said, you're going to see the literal opening kind of 5 minutes of the game. And it's going to be played live by a member of the KJP team, Yoshike, who's backstage right now, or he's actually going to come out here right now, and you're going to meet him, and he's going to play it on a PlayStation 5 Pro for you today.
Opa! PS5 Pro, let's go!
Came all the way from Tokyo to play the game. He's a...
Yesterday he was practicing, and he was so nervous yesterday. He had a bad stomach yesterday. He's okay today. But we did a rehearsal, and he kind of made a mistake at the rehearsal. So if he goes game over, I'm sorry. I'll apologize in advance.
And backstage, he's literally for the past 2 hours been playing again and again and again and again because he's so nervous about it. But the opening, obviously, you'll see the battle scenes get a little more intense. But yeah, we're going to show you.
Αυτό πρόσεχα τα τρέιλερ, ότι η μάχη γίνεται πιο έντονη στο 2. Πιο πολύ action.
And anything you want to do to set this up, Hideo?
Yeah, let's show it.
Okay, so we're
Με κιμονό, ρε φίλε, ναι.
for the first time.
Με κιμονό, φίλος, ναι.
And remember, this is all real time in engine on PS5 Pro.
Okay, πάμε να δούμε τώρα.
Me? I've always loved porters. Through freezing rain and biting wind. Across rivers, mountains, and endless deserts. They come to deliver something priceless. A glimpse of a life I've never known. They're my window.
Άρα καλώς και βλέπεις ταινία είναι, δες. Από παιδιά, δεν ξέρετε τι μας περιμένει στο 2. Άκου μουσική ανατρίχιασα, ρε. Πω ανατρίχιασα, παιδιά. Νόρμαν Ρίτους, πάμε γόνα μου. Απίστευτο. Δες φωτορεαλισμός ρε μαλάκα. Τι βλέπω. Τι βλέπω. Troy Baker. George Miller. Damn. Σαν ταινία, ναι, ρε, Τζιόκ. Absolute cinema. Absolute cinema.
Now, I'm sure, Hideo, people are wondering, we're seeing some of the names from DS1 here in the opening credits. What can you tell us about that?
Sorry for the cheering, but we have like flashback scenes and also like from DS1 scene, an explanation for the DS1 scenes in the game. So they're appearing in that part.
Αν δεν προπατήσει θα το πει, γάμισε το ταμπού. Πόσο τυχεροί είμαστε με αυτό το δημιουργό σε θέση να κάνει αυτό που γουστάρει πραγματικά χωρίς περιορισμούς και χαρτογιακάδες. Είναι το καλύτερο πράγμα που έπαθε είναι να φύγει από την Konami, φίλε. Έχεις δίκιο. Fuck Konami.
So it's 11 months after the ending of DS1. So you see Sam here. And he's just living on himself, delivering. And Lou, 11 months old, is actually delivering with Sam.
Ο Lou!
So this is a tutorial stage. So I want people to learn the camera controls or the basic controls, the basic ones.
Damn.
So this is already in the game.
Καλησπέρα, Ζάκη.
And okay, we're gonna change the camera a little bit.
Αυτό τώρα είναι σε PS5 Pro.
And we could maybe
Ρε, δες το draw distance.
I mean, yep. So this is the real first part, the tutorial. All right, let's change the camera here. And that's the goal. It's Sam's hideout. So the first mission is to go back to your hideout. That's a simple mission, yeah? So it's an open world game, so you could go anywhere. And I want people to, learn the controls. You could go anywhere. So let's move on. So listen carefully here. When you run, you hear the drum rolls, right? You stop. No drums. So the music arrangement changes. It's a Johan's Woodkid.
Αυτό που έλεγε πριν ο Woodkid, ότι είναι δυναμική η μουσική και ό,τι συμβαίνει στο παιχνίδι ανάλογα παίζει και η μουσική. Όταν τρέχεις, ακούγεις τα drums. Όταν σταματάς να τρέχεις, σταματάνε τα drums. Να παίζει μουσική. Η μουσική μάλακα, τι λες τώρα?
Song, but it will change according to players' actions. So even it also changes according to which route you take.
10 giftes! Σκούμα, αγόρι μου, 10 giftes! Θα τρελαθώ, 10 giftes από το Σκούμα, τρελός! Πού είσαι, γλυκούλη μου? Μαλάκα, Σκούμα, τι έχεις φτιάξει, ρε μπρο? 10 γκιφτάρες από Σκούμα, παιδιά, κυρίες και κύριοι, στον Φάνιτ, στον Γκάρετ, στον Βακτούρι, στον Άταξ, στην Αμίλια, στον DNA, στον Φένι Τσάν, Θερίστης και Ντάστερ. Ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ, ρε φίλε. Πάμε, ρε γλυκούλης. Ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ, ρε. Δώσε content. Bro, insane. Ευχαριστώ για το support, ρε φίλε. Είσαι θεός, ρε. Σε ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ. Ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ. Δίνω content. Έλα, αφιερωμένο στο Σκούμα. Πάμε λίγο. Bro. Δες τώρα Death Stranding, παιδιά, κυριολεκτικά αλλάζει η μουσική με το, όχι μόνο λέει όταν τρέχεις, ξέρω εγώ, παίζουν drums, άμα αλλάξεις route, δηλαδή άμα αλλάξεις δρόμο και δεν πας από αυτό το δρόμο και πας από τον άλλο δρόμο, έχει άλλη μουσική από τον άλλο δρόμο. Το καταλαβαίνετε πόσο insane είναι αυτό? Είναι... Και θα δείτε τώρα, θα βγουν οι haters και θα πούνε εντάξει, και άλλα games είναι που αλλάζουν η μουσική. Προφανώς έχει και άλλα games που αλλάζει η μουσική, αλλά όχι έτσι. Όχι έτσι. Καταλαβαίνετε πόσο insane είναι? Σκούμα, ευχαριστώ ψυχούλα μου.
So he's on top of the hill. You hear the melody, you have the rhythm coming in. And then, okay, let's go sidetrack a little bit. So the rhythm and the melody goes away. And you're going to slowly start to hear the strings and the piano. So this is the same song, but the soundtrack will differ according to how you play it.
Πάμε
to each
λίγο.
player.
Hype train, όχι.
So I have to say thank you, Woodkid, because this was such a difficult job. It's almost like auto play, right? Auto music. So you could go anywhere here. Oh, there's a chiral creatures. But we could go into them, but let's avoid them for now. They won't attack you unless you attack them, so you could just move away. Using the sensors. It's the same. The red places are slippery areas. So you could climb quite steep hills. You don't have so much equipment at this stage, but you could still go. All right, let's go back top on the mountains. And you'll hear the rhythm and the melody coming back in, the chorus.
Credits.
Μπορεί να υπάρχουν και άλλα games που αλλάζει η μουσική, αλλά περισσότερο είναι σε μάχη φάση. Μπράβο, και αυτό, και αυτό. Και δεν είναι με τέτοια λεπτομέρεια και με τέτοια ποικιλία, έτσι.
And the camera changes at sometimes. I call it like the Peter Jackson camera.
Peter Jackson camera, τι λες τώρα.
And if you don't like this, you could hit the button and the camera will switch back.
Όχι, όχι, we like this, we like this.
When it's during this camera, you won't fall, so I kind of, programmed that you won't fall, but you need to balance. It's not as easy as you see. And you could go anywhere, right? And you have to kind of learn the balancing so you won't fall. You don't want to fall. And also this time, the map changes real time because you have natural disasters like earthquakes, floods, forest fires.
Αλλάζει, λέει, με σεισμούς και πλημμύρες, αλλάζει ο χάρτης.
So I'm going to show you a little bit of the earthquake. Yeah, there's a small one coming. And this is a small one to predict a bigger one, but you need to keep balance not to fall off. All right, let's go a little further.
Βλέπεις κλίμακα 4 της Richter, βλέπεις.
A big one's going to come. You have to really stand still and balance, otherwise you fall.
Όχι ρε φίλε, αυτό εννοούσε.
Now you could imagine if this was a snowy mountains, you get like avalanches. So as you can see, the map changed. Now you can't go there anymore. And Lou is starting to cry because was scared. So let's soothe Lou. Okay, let's see the movement of the controller here, as you can see. And you could soothe Lou. Or you could close up. You could see the close-up of Lou's face and we'll stop crying, but okay.
Αυτό μου αρέσει που δείχνουν και το πώς παίζει στη σκηνή κατευθείαν, ρε, και δείχνουν και το controller.
Okay, Lou is now happy. Yeah, smiling. All right, let's put it back. So you have to take care of Lou too. All right, we're going to cut here because it's going to have a long distance, but that's the beginning.
Okay.
Incredible.
Bro, το παιχνίδι θα είναι insane, να ξέρετε, παιδιά. Πω, τι λες τώρα.
Amazing to see the world, the music, and all that come together in such a beautiful way. Well, we also now want to show some other gameplay moments from the game. We're going to skip a little bit ahead, right? And show another gameplay moment.
Yeah, it's a delivery game. But I want to show the delivery process. But I think you'll be bored watching delivery. Of course, playing is fun, but watching is different. So I brought in.
Αυτό ισχύει. Το delivering Γι' αυτό και σαν stream δεν πάνε καλά τα Death Stranding γενικά. Τώρα δεν ξέρω, αυτό μπορεί να πάει καλά γιατί έχει περισσότερο action. Ότι το delivering να το βλέπεις δεν είναι φαν. Να παίζεις είναι πιο πολύ φαν.
Like an action scene. So you remember Cliff played by Mats in Death Stranding 1.
Ο μόνος, εντάξει δεν είναι ο μόνος.
I have a little bit character that resembles that. So Sam goes into this unknown.
Πολύ ωραίο, μακάρι να είχα PS5. Θα βγει και σε PC μετά σε κανένα χρόνο.
And it's a gameplay on that area. So it's a battle scene. So I hope Mr. Yoshike won't fumble this one. Hope you could cheer for him back there. He's been practicing this.
All right. Well, it sounds like he's ready backstage. So let's
Φαντάζομαι να λέει τα αφεντικό σου, μακάρι να μην τα κάνει θάλασσα.
take a look
Πώς άγχος τα έχει τώρα
at
άλλος.
this battle sequence from Death Stranding 2. Real live gameplay.
So,
Wow, τι είναι αυτό.
remember the last time was different
Αυτό πώς τρέχει στο PSP.
wars, but this time it's different natural disasters. So this is representing the fire. So you have like fireworks and things like that. But you see, it looks beautiful, but it's dangerous. And there'll be like lavas flying around. And you'll see like this ghost, we call it remains. And you see some ghosts walking by as well.
What the fuck?
So yes, the fire starts to spread. And Dolman, as a psychic, will speak to you too.
Μίστα, επειδή δεν έχω παίξει Death Stranding, το 2 είναι η συνέχεια το 1, ναι.
So there's this fireworks still going on, and all these lavas falling at you. Well, actually, the lava is as part of the whales, but anyways. And you see the warriors, we call it, who is guarding Neil, comes out. So you could go to the right and sneak, but you won't battle. So this time, I know everyone wants to see battle, right? So we're going to go through the middle this time. And since this is Australia, I'm going to use a blood boomerang.
Blood boomerang in Australia, λέει.
So Sam's blood is in there. So okay, it's a little hard to see, but I think he's aiming. I think he won't make a mistake here.
Ooh.
Yeah, good hit. And boomerang comes back. But if you're not good at battling, you could actually sneak away as well. You could always have that option.
Ναι, ναι, μπορεί να παίξεις stealth να παλέψεις, λέει.
The boomerang came back. All right, we got. All right, the fire is starting to spread. Yes, all these things flying around. So we use something called the tar cannon. It's a little heavy equipment, but you could distinguish the fire. You could even put out forest fires with this, but it's very heavy, so you have to, you know, think about when you're carrying this.
Okay.
And you could, you know, oh, they find you now. The warriors found you. But this tar cannon is actually usable as a weapon, so you could shoot the warriors too. Yep, we got him.
Okay, σβήνεις φωτιά και τους πυροβολάς κιόλας, ρε.
Well, of course you could take any route, but let's go through the middle. And it's a very heavy equipment, so he's a little slow.
Μαλάκα, τόσα πολλά particles και το σηκώνει το PS5 Pro.
Watch out. Okay, from here it takes a little while, so I'm gonna skip. So there'll be more warriors coming up.
Yes.
And I think Yoshike did a good job, yeah?
Yes.
All right. We're gonna skip
Δηλαδή η βασική ιδέα είναι η ζωή του μέσα στην τηλεβέρα στην Αθήνα.
to the next scene for the battle.
Μπρο, δεν είναι ψέματα, αλήθεια.
And the warriors.
Δεν λέει ψέματα ο Γκάρου.
This is a difficult part. So could you pray for Yoshike-san, please?
And one thing we should say, Hideo, is this is from pretty early in the game still, right?
Yes, it's from... Well, you met Cliff a couple times, but Neil, the same. You go numerous times to this world, and it's the natural disaster. This time it's fire, as I said. It could be like the earthquake or the flood, kind of. So you go to that world.
Incredible. All right. Well, let's take a look now at this the continuation of this sequence, battling Neil.
Τι λες, θα μας δείξουν το boss fight.
Sam has a lot of equipment, so we're going to show you a little equipment as well. Like, okay, let's wear a cap. So we have so many caps, but this time you could reverse the cap when you wear it. Norman does this. So you could kind of wear it reverse. Great improvement. Also the backpack. You see the back plate, which protects you, or the rotor storage and grenade pouch, and also chiral anti-gravity device. I always put that 3 so that helps my I could put a lot of weight on my backpack. But okay, this is of course you could change the colors too. But so this is the equipment this time. We have a lot of things on our back. Let's battle Neil.
Okay. Απορώ πως είναι ο Νόρμαν εκεί. Μπορεί ο Νόρμαν είναι σε κάποιο γύρισμα, σε κάποια ταινία, μπορεί 1002 να μην είναι εκεί, δεν ξέρω ρε φίλε. Έχει εμφανιστεί σε 500 show ο Νόρμαν, πάντα είναι εκεί. Γεια σου Mr. Hitmanvi. Πω, αυτό είναι πολύ cool, δείτε. Και αυτόν θέλω να μάθω τι φάση είναι αυτός. Πολύ cool φαίνεται και αυτός. Metal Gear Solid τέτοιο ρε. Snake reference. Δεν πως παίζει με το μυαλό μας ο Kojima ρε. Τον έκανε Snake φάση. Με το τέτοιο. Liam Neeson στο πρώτο, αυτόν δεύτερο εδώ.
Okay, we're going to confront the warriors of Neil. So let's do a little stealthy first. Just trying to defeat Neil, but we want to get the warriors too. So we'll find one warrior, and we're sneaking behind. And we got him with the rope.
Έχει τέτοιο πράγμα. Metal Gear Solid style ρε, με το τέτοιο.
Oh wait, we see Neil right there. And Neil's like looking away, so let's use an assault rifle. Oh wait, he warped out. Alright, we gotta find him again.
Take them one by one.
Yeah, you need to kind of do a headshot to the warriors to defeat them.
Okay.
Well, he's doing good.
Τότε θα δούμε boss fight, το περίμενα ρε. Νάτος, έπεσε.
Wait, I think he warped up at the tower. Yeah, and with warriors as well. Well, okay, where should we go? You could go anywhere, so... Yeah, don't be too obsessed with the fireworks. You gotta find a route. Okay, I think they're there. So we'll use a grenade.
Okay.
Oh, that's a nice shot. Yeah, this is not really cool, right? But it's okay. Wait a minute. They kind of found him. Oh my god.
Uh-oh.
All right. Let's change weapons.
Okay.
Oh, that was close.
Μ' αρέσει που έχει περισσότερο fighting εδώ.
We need to get Neil though.
Ακόμα και στο ένα και τα fighting δεν ήταν τόσο cool. Εδώ είναι που πιο ωραία μου φαίνονται. Έχει πολλά όπλα, έτσι.
Oh, Cryptobite. Yeah, we need to take Cryptobite. Sorry for the life.
Αυτό είναι σαν τα ζουζούνια που έτρεχε ο Τιμόν και ο Πούμπα. Τι είπα τώρα.
Well, you're in trouble. All right, good. I think we got him.
Τον έριξε. Warrior Assault Rifle λέει.
Well, I think we got him. And maybe he went somewhere. Oh, he went to the rooftop.
Ο Μπρο κάνει teleport, ρε φίλε.
Well, Yoshiki is struggling.
Πολύ μ' αρέσει και το level που παλεύει στον εχθρό.
Because it's, you know, AI, I don't know where they're gonna go.
Might it be worth getting up close and personal with them?
Probably up the tower, so we're gonna go find him.
Bloodbag.
Whoa,
Για το
okay, we
boomerang
found the
αυτό.
shotgun. Alright, we're gonna go close combat. Yeah, and maybe too much package on our back.
Shotgun έβγαλε ο Μπρο. Μ' αρέσει που γέμισε αίματα.
Also kind of make noises verbally, so to distract, you know, the warriors or whoever. And you could kind of call them. I think they're not hearing Sam yet, but let's try to call them so they'll come right at Sam.
Να βλέπει shotgun.
Oh, that's a nice shot.
Μαλάκα, μπορεί να πας όπου θες, ρε φίλε.
Let's go above. We'll also might use a smoke grenade.
Καλό αυτό, μ' αρέσει.
Oh, so close.
Ωραία τα πήγε με τον τέτοιο, με τον boss. Αλλά τον ενόχλησαν οι άλλοι. Γι' αυτό πάντα βγάζει τα μπομπάκια πρώτα, παιδιά, και μετά παίζει 1v1 με τον boss.
Well, that was good. We got him.
Yes, Yoshige.
Oh, and Neil's right there, so we need to get Neil.
Πού πήγε πάλι ο Neil?
Well, you know, the thing about smoke grenade is they can't see you, but we can't see them too. All right, I think we got him. All right, what are we going to do? What are you doing? Oh, it's called a grenade pistol. So it's like a handgun. So you don't have to package it. You could put it in your holster. So it's really good. A small gun. Yeah, it's
Δύο μαζί
yeah, it's a
σκότωσε.
little cheating in a way. I mean, like, not cool. It's not like how you really want to battle, but anyways. Oh no.
Αυτό δεν είναι το κύριο πιάτο του game, όμως σωστά. Το κύριο πιάτο του game είναι το delivery. Απλά εδώ πέρα το πήγε ένα βήμα παραπάνω, έβαλε και combat, όπλα πολλά, βλέπεις.
Okay, we'll change the shotgun. There he is. We're getting him.
Ο Μπρο δεν πέφτει με τίποτα, ρε.
Oh, he kind of warped out. Alright, where do we head now? And you could actually check the Odra deck to see where he is or he warped to. So we're going to go in that direction. Alright, I think we know where he is. Probably in the graveyard area.
Νάτος, εδώ δεξιά.
And it's only now Neo. It's a face-off with the...
Αυτό είναι πολύ ωραίο, ρε μαλάκα. Πολύ μου αρέσει εμένα. Μου θυμίζει πολύ Metal Gear. Πολύ καλύτερο από το πρώτο. Το fighting. Έχει και CQC, λες.
Get him.
Τον νίκησε. Τον νίκησε, φίλε.
Yes, we got him. Oh, that was a close call.
Φαντάσου για να μας το δείχνει αυτό πόσο πράγμα έχει το παιχνίδι,
Did he say Nirvana? Is he implying this is some sort of realm for the enlightened?
Μουσική.
Okay.
Θέλω κι άλλο. Πρόθηκα.
What did you guys think of that?
Πολύ καλό, πολύ καλό. Μπράβο. Παιδιά, με έπεισε το παιχνίδι, με έκανε να ενθουσιαστώ πιο πολύ. Μπράβο, χωρίς φίλτρα, χωρίς τίποτα. Πολύ καλή παρουσίαση. That true solid Snake, ναι, ξεκάθαρα Snake.
One note. It's a delivery game, okay? Don't forget that. But this time, people could avoid battles if you want, or you could do stealth play if you want, or I put in a lot of weapons and things like that in the game as well. So if you want to battle, you could, but the game is about to connect the world, right? So don't forget that meaning.
I do think you have a great balance in it.
Ουσιαστικά σου λέει, έχει fighting, αλλά μην ξεχνάς ότι είναι delivery game.
Are so beautiful and so incredible, and some of the missions, when you guys get into it, I think you're going to have a great time playing it. So let me ask you guys, having now seen the game probably for the first time too, Shioli, what do you think of what Mr. Kojima has in his head here?
Yeah, it's my first time seeing like the actual game footage. It's so awesome. I don't know, I'm not really good at games myself, but I'll definitely have a friend come over and help me play it.
Yoshike, it's available. You can pop over. Now, Troy, you've done a lot of games. You've worked on a lot of games, development of games.
Έπαιξε και κονέο τέτοιος, ο Τζεφ με τον Yoshike. Έκανε τον Wingman.
Games. You know, you obviously know what Halo DS1.
Ωραία, πολύ μου ωραία μου φάνηκε, μπράβο ρε Κωστή.
This is my favorite part. Because as much
το
fun
έκανε
as it
pre-order,
is
δεν κάνουμε ποτέ pre-order, ποτέ.
And I have to hand it to him. Hideo does a really good job of like, there's a lot of materials on set when we're there. There's big poster boards and there's a lot of careful diligence that goes into each shot. And so there's a lot of information that we have. With that said, it don't look like that. We're a bunch of goofballs in performance capture suits with cameras hanging off our head in a big gray room. We're idiots being insane. And it's, yes, when I co-starred. Nolan North here, everybody. But the best part is every time, and it never gets old, and especially in this game,
ναι, μηχανισμοί Metal Gear μοιάζει πολύ, ισχύει.
That's what it looks like. And it's always better than the movie in my head. So I love that we got to see this for the first time with you guys, and I know it's just a taste of what's to come. I'm just more like, can I get it in my hands right now?
Εν τω μεταξύ ο Troy είναι και gamer. Φαντάσου αυτός δεν έχει δει το παιχνίδι. Πρώτη φορά είδε και αυτό στο gameplay τώρα. Φαντάσου πόσο θα περάσει ωραία όταν πιάσει το παιχνίδι στα χέρια του να το παίξει για πρώτη φορά ο ίδιος, έτσι.
Not long. Woodkid, you know, we've seen some of the quieter moments that you've been a part of in the game. This is obviously a much more action-packed moment. When you were working with Hideo, were you exposed to some of these moments to help inspire the music?
Yeah, all the time. It's the first time I see that sequence finished, and it's so dope. So, yeah, I've been fed these kind of things, but like, Hideo loves to talk in percentage.
Αν υπομονώς τίποτα άλλο, εμένα πολύ μου άρεσε ένα πολύ ιδιαίτερο game που αποσκοπεί συγκεκριμένα άτομα. Ναι, είναι πολύ καλό το ένα. Αυτό που είπα πριν, γιατί σ' αρέσει τι καθόλου.
it's really amazing to see the stealth thing and everything. I really want to play it, and we might think that he's showing us everything tonight, and you're seeing nothing.
I know. I would agree.
Δεν είδατε τίποτα, λέει σήμερα.
There is so much to this game. I said that's an early sequence from the game,
shit.
and I've only played, I think it's like maybe half the game, and it's like I can't wait to see the rest of it. And we all won't have to wait long. Obviously, Death Stranding 2 On the Beach is coming out on June 26th, so later this month, which is very, very special. Well, Hideo, we've seen our live demo. I wanted to ask you, is there anything else that you wanted to share with players today?
For Death Stranding, I want to talk about music a little bit more.
Right.
So, since Yoan's here, Woodkid's here, so I want to kind of make a little announcement about some music things.
Absolutely, yes. Woodkid, we've talked a lot about the music and your collaboration with Hideo. I understand you have some news to share with people about many of your songs that are coming together for a soundtrack album.
Yes, I mean, we know the game's coming out like in June 26th, is that it? But you're going to be able to like experience the world of Death Stranding a little before, because we made a record, and it's here. It's this guy, and I'm so excited.
Oh, Vinilia!
So excited about it. It is a collection of songs that is an arbitrary contraction of the procedural developments in the game. It's initially hours and hours and hours of music, but we had to make it fit in 2 vinyls. So, yeah.
So digital album, and it's coming out when?
Oh, I think it might be just on pre-order now already.
Yeah.
Right now, actually. Are they pushing the button? Let's push the button. It's out for pre-order now, and it's out in a week. On June 13th.
So what's cool is the album is coming out June 13th ahead of the game. So if you want to get a little preview sonically of what you're going to get to experience in the game, next Friday, the Woodkid album will be
Προσπαθώ να
out.
βγάλω τι σήματα έχει πάνω στο σακάκι ο Kojima, ρε.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just some variations.
Έχω φαγωθεί, δεν μπορώ να βγάλω και τι σήματα έχει πάνω. Τι σχέδια.
In one of the songs.
Tell us more, Hideo, can you?
Yeah. It's nothing, really.
Okay.
It's not. It's amazing. It's my favorite track.
Well, we'll be listening next weekend. Speaking of the soundtrack, I think there's one more thing that you wanted to share with all of us about it, right?
すごい全曲いい神曲なんですけど、
Yes, all the songs are great.
今サブスクで
Like super.
To the Wilder 出てるじゃないですか。
But you have like To the Wilder on your streaming service. And you kind of see the album like grayed out, right? You could see the title. And I think some of you realized. But I wanted to show you a little kind of behind the scenes of that.
Great. Behind the scenes of To the Wilder. Check this out.
Okay. Μ' αρέσουν εμένα αυτά.
Yes.
I recorded the whole version myself because there's a version where I sing it all.
Yes.
We're gonna redo it all, just you,
Yes.
chorus verses.
Yes.
See where you feel the most at ease.
Yes. So far away, I'll reach you.
Beautiful.
To the wilder, to the wilder, to the wilder you. But if you
Damn.
question what the future holds, remember there's no place you can't call home.
Ρε παιδιά, τι γίνεται εδώ? Άρε Kojima, Άλανη. Το μπλουζάκι του θέλω. Λες να πάρει γκότι, πολύ πιθανόν. Αλλά έχεις και Clair Obscure, μην ξεχνάς. Δείτε πόσο δουλειά πέφτει για ένα παιχνίδι, Έχει πέσει τρομερή δουλειά, γιατί και στο Clear Obscura έχει πέσει δουλειά. Σε όλα τα games έχει πολλή δουλειά, παιδιά.
Well, that seems like a bit of a reveal. We know To the Wilder with Woodkid, but it looks like L is also doing a version of this?
Yes. I saw L's Teen Spirit, and I actually have the soundtrack. And,
παντού παρόν αυτό, ναι. Παντού στον ήχο, παντού.
So when To the Wilder was made, I told Johan, said, why don't we have L sing? But then Johan said, no, she's my friend, and we sang together once, and it was such a coincidence. And I didn't know. I felt the connection there too. So that's why I had L sing the song with Johan Woodkid.
Yeah, Johan, I know you have a long relationship with Elle, right?
Yeah, I shot, as a director, I shot Elle when she was 14, so I've known her for a long time. And 10 years ago, we sang on stage at the Montreux Jazz Festival, and she has such an amazing voice. And on top of just giving so much with the interpretation of the song, she really changed the meaning of the lyrics by her interpretation. So I really, really love that version. And what you've seen here is just a snippet of just all the things we've put together in that record, and the Suginami Junior chorus also that we recorded in Japan with Hideo. That was on my previous record that I brought back on the soundtrack and the orchestra in Paris. So it's been just being all around the world, and the big moment of it was like singing this song with Elle. So I'm so grateful. I wish she was here tonight so I could tell her how much I love her.
61 χρονών ο Kojima, εγώ 46 και μοιάζει μεγαλύτερος από αυτόν. Αυτό λέγαμε πριν, Snake. Ο Μπρο μοιάζει 40, ξέρω.
Same lyrics, is it different? What can you tell us about the song?
Well, you have to pre-order it, and you will know exactly what this version is like. There's a few versions of To the Wilder on that record, actually.
Wow. Okay, well, we'll experience it hopefully next weekend.
Let's go.
Very, very cool. Hideo, this track, is it something that is just for the album or will this be in the game too?
Ευχαριστώ την παρέα, φίλε μου.
Well, I want everyone to pre-order. To the Wilder is such a great song. And of course it's played a lot in the game. But at one moment there's this time, it's like really emotional. You'll have all your liquids coming out from your body. But first, you need to test it, so pre-order.
There's also a vinyl version, made a beautiful limited vinyl with all the beautiful design from the game, and it's also on pre-order now. I think.
Wow.
Like everything's like available to pre-order now.
And vinyl is coming a little bit later, right? Well, it's great. The soundtrack, obviously, as we mentioned, will be out on June 13th. So this coming Friday, you'll get to experience the soundtrack and, of course, the game on June 26th. Well, we're approaching the end of today's show. We don't want to spoil too much of the game for you guys before you play it. But I know today is just the beginning, really the first stop of the World Strand Tour. It's back, right?
Yes, 26 is the release date, but then afterwards I go to Sydney. The release date will be in Tokyo for an event.
Είναι το live μουσική.
London. And then after that go to parts of Asia. And I'm going to do this all throughout this year to everywhere in the world. So 12 countries, I think, probably. And from November, we'll have this Orchestra Death Stranding tour. And of course, that goes all around the world, so I might go. And maybe Johan Woodkid participate in this. All other musicians will participate in this classic, orchestra tour too.
Yes, it's going to be a busy year for you, and I know you're in Sydney later this week. So it's so kind of you to come out and be a part of Summer Game Fest and the show on Friday and today, and sharing some of the game with the world.
Summer Game Fest, παιδιά, the GOAT.
Before we conclude tonight's premiere, I want to go around and see if anyone has any closing remarks on their thoughts on the chance to collaborate with Hideo and this game, starting with you, Woodkid.
Well, go play that game because it's quite an adventure. I want to thank Hideo for having me on board. I'm so grateful. I was so free to propose things, and I'm very grateful for that. I'm glad you connected with my darkness the way I connected with yours.
Opa!
And thank you for allowing me so much CPU megabytes for the music, because it usually always comes last, and this time it came first, and so I had so much CPU allowance for the music. So there's so much amazing things you're going to see on that game. Thank you so much. Thank you, Hideo, very, very much.
We did an incredible job, and it's, you said, a true collaborator with Hideo on the music.
Yep.
Troy, you've done a lot of games. Does this one feel any different to you?
Yeah, man, if it doesn't, then I should get out of this business. It always feels weird to say something so personal in such a public format, but over a decade ago, you hired me for a job, and before you left, you said, or a while later, you came to me and you said, I'm working on a great role for a great game. And you make good on that promise, my friend. And you've not only done it once, but you've done it twice. And when you say you're going to make a great game, you deliver on that promise. So thank you for giving me a job, and thank you for having me back.
Hideo is one of the most loyal, upstanding guys out there, and I know he really values his collaboration with you, Troy. You guys have done amazing things in the first game, and just wait until you guys see Higgs in DS2. It's pretty wild. Shioli, this was your first collaboration with Hideo, going from the outreach from him to ask you to be in the game, doing the English and the Japanese voices. I know I've seen on Instagram you being in the studio, recording the Japanese voice. I know this has been a big collaboration for you. Any final thoughts on what it was like to work with Hideo?
I don't even know where to begin. Every single process, as an actor, it was the first time to challenge everything with the
Αυτή είναι γνωστή, την ξέρουμε ή απλά έτσι είναι? Πού τη βρήκαμε αυτή? Αρτόρια Σπούσαλον.
Really understands what we go through as actors. Just talking about the music, we had little ear things in our ear, and he'd just play your music, and just something small like that. We don't have a film set, but it really brings all the emotions out, and it's really rare that during.
Όταν κάνανε δηλαδή τα πλάνα και λοιπά, είχαν ακουστικά και έπαιζε η μουσική για να κάνουν act καλύτερα, για να κάνουν καλύτερο το performance τους. Αλλά πόσο σημαντική είναι η μουσική. Όταν σας λέω, παιδιά, μουσική και sound design είναι νούμερο ένα.
The art process. I had a few times where I was almost about to cry because just his storytelling and the music and everything, when it comes together, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Everything was beyond imagination. So, 本当にありがとうございます. I'm so proud to be a part of this. Thank you.
ありがとうございます。
Rainey has some great moments as well in the game that you'll get to see when you play it. Well, we have one last special message from Elle. Let's take a look at that now.
Hi, it's Elle again. I hope you all enjoyed the Death Stranding 2 On the Beach game premiere. I can't wait for you to see tomorrow in action and for you to play the game.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
Bravo, bravo.
Well, before we wrap it up, we have to give the last word of this special celebration to the one and only Hideo Kojima.
Death
Stranding is about a game of connection. And when I tried to create 2, everyone experienced a pandemic, right? Together, everyone was solitude, alone. And people were worried what's going to happen to the future. But then I had to create DS2. And, I talked with Norman, Leia, Troy supported me as well. And the new members, Elle, Shiori, and Yoan as well. We became connected for DS2, and now we're finished.
Είδατε πως τους μιλάει με το μικρό τους όνομα και όχι με τα καλλιτεχνικά τους κλπ. Και με πόσο σεβασμό τους μιλάει για αυτούς.
So the game is about connection, but even development was all about connection. So, strange story, but when you try to create a connection game, I kind of follow my connection that I have. And I want you to feel that too. And not just us. Everyone had this real experience, and it's in there, what you experienced during the pandemic as well, and I wouldn't have made it with all of these people, including you. So I want to say thank you to everyone. Thank you. I hope you enjoy it.
Μπράβο ρε Kojimara, μπράβο ρε Alain.
Thank you for all that you do.
Πολύ ωραία παρουσίαση ρε.
I know we're all very excited to play Death Stranding 2. Thanks to you, thanks to all our guests on stage, thanks to Al, and thanks to all of you for watching online, being here in person. Death Stranding 2 on the Beach is available for pre-order now and launches exclusively on PlayStation 5 on June 26th.
Let's go.
And you can check out PlayStation.com for more information on the game. In the meantime, to all of you in the audience and for those tuning in on the live stream, thank you so much for giving us your time and watching this. We hope you enjoyed today's game premiere for Death Stranding 2 on the Beach for PlayStation 5.
Μεταφραστής Goated,
Thank
ναι.
you all so much. Have a great night.
Καλή νύχτα, ευχαριστούμε chat, ευχαριστούμε. Ρε, ήτανε πολύ ωραίο το show γιατί έδειξε live gameplay on stage όπως κάνανε παλιά. Δείχνανε και χειριστήριο, κανονικά τα χέρια του αυτού που έπαιζε. Για μένα ήτανε πολύ goated το show και αν δεν σε έχει πείσει μέχρι τώρα το παιχνίδι, που εγώ ήμουν αρκετά ενθουσιασμένος για το Death Stranding, αλλά όχι τόσο τεράστια, ξέρεις, hype, αλλά τώρα που είδα το gameplay και μου άρεσε ακόμα περισσότερο, δηλαδή, κατάλαβες, μου ανέβασε πιο πολύ το ανυπομονώ, θέλω να έρθει 26 να παίξω στο live stream, έτσι, μαζί παρέα με εσάς. Πολύ καλό show, μπράβο του, μπράβο παιδιά, με έπεισε πάρα πολύ. Εγκρίνω και σέβομαι πολύ που ο δημιουργός δεν ενδιαφέρεται να φτιάξει κάτι που να είναι για όλους. Αυτό δείχνει ποιότητα και ας μην αρέσει σε μένα προσωπικά το game, χωρίς να έχω δοκιμάσει το DS1 βέβαια. Σεβαστό και γενικά όταν φτιάχνεις αυτό που πιστεύεις, αυτό που θέλεις να φτιάξεις, είναι η πιο αυθεντικός τρόπος έκφρασης για ένα προϊόν, γιατί είναι προϊόν ουσιαστικά. Ένα έργο τέχνης είναι, ωραία. Και άμα φτιάχνεις κάτι που θέλεις να είναι για όλους, θα καταλήξει να μην είναι για κανέναν. Είναι πάρα πολύ σημαντικό οτιδήποτε δημιουργείς, ειδικά σε τόσο καλλιτεχνικό χώρο θα έλεγα, γιατί τα video games, παιδιά, είναι έργα τέχνης πλέον, έτσι. Δεν είναι απλά ένα video game, γράφω κώδικα, είναι έργο τέχνης. Και εσύ αν κάνεις τέχνη για όλους, καταλήγεις να μην κάνεις τέχνη για κανέναν. Είναι πράγματι πάρα πολύ σημαντικό. Δες Clear Obscure, γιατί είναι πετυχημένο το Clear Obscure, γιατί οι developers κυριολεκτικά φύγανε από τα μεγάλα στούντιο και κάνανε αυτό που θέλανε πάντα να κάνουν, χωρίς χαρτογιακάδες να λένε όχι και μη και τι και πώς, χωρίς να έχουν εξελάκια και στατιστικά να λένε ότι πρέπει να πετύχουμε τόσα λεφτά και τόσα τέτοια. Είναι πάρα πολύ σημαντικό να ξέρουμε ότι μόνο έτσι μπορείς να κάνεις κάτι γαμάτο, θα το πω έτσι, χύμα ελληνικά, αλλιώς δεν γίνεται. Αλλιώς δεν γίνεται, παιδιά. Αλλιώς θα κάνεις ένα ok παιχνίδι. Assassin's Creed Shadows. Ή ένα πολύ μέτριο παιχνίδι, θα το πω έτσι, με λίγα. Δεν ξέρω, εμένα μου άρεσε πάρα πολύ. Πείτε μου εσείς πώς σας φάνηκε, πόσο η παρουσίαση σας έψησε. Δεν ψινόσασταν πριν και τώρα ψήνετε περισσότερο, ή ψινόσασταν και τώρα ψήνεστε ακόμα περισσότερο, ή δεν σας άρεσε καθόλου. Για πάμε να συζητήσουμε λίγο. Τι φάση, πώς σας φάνηκε. Στα αυτιά μου ακούγονται όνειρο ένα Souls-like Kojima, αλλά δεν θέλει να έχει πάθος ο Kojima, για κάτι τέτοιο δεν θα είχε νόημα. Δεν νομίζω. Τα Souls-like νομίζω καλύτερα να τα αφήσουμε για τον Miyazaki. Ο Miyazaki είναι ένας Kojima κι αυτός. Εγώ θα τους βάζω ίσως, να ξέρεις, γενικά για μένα. Έχεις λυσάξει με τους Shadows. Αν δεν σ' αρέσει, μπορείς να δεις κάποιον άλλον, φίλε μου. Ένα παράδειγμα έδωσα. Πάντως, παιδιά, πάρα πολύ καλό. Μπράβο, έβγε. Μου φάνηκε πάρα πολύ δυνατό, ρε φίλε, και το απόλαυσα αυτό το show. Και ξαναλέω, είναι πολύ νοσταλγικό να βλέπεις on stage να σου δείχνουν live gameplay, χωρίς κοπ, χωρίς cuts, χωρίς περίεργα, χωρίς τίποτα. Πάρ' το έτσι, raw, ρε, έτσι, χύμα, κατάλαβες, ομό gameplay. Μ' αρέσει πολύ, το σέβομαι. Γενικά, τα τελευταία show, οπότε είδατε και το Xbox και το Summer Game Fest και το PlayStation State of Play, όλα τα shows δείχνουν gameplay, παιδιά. Και δείχνουν παιχνίδια που βγαίνουν σύντομα, όχι μετά από 7 χρόνια. Δηλαδή φεύγει, γυρνάει η βιομηχανία πλέον, γιατί φάγανε τα μούτρα τους, γυρνάμε πάλι πίσω στο σωστό. Δηλαδή στο να βγαίνω, πάρε ένα παιχνίδι τον άλλο μήνα βγαίνει, ή Shadow Drop που έγινε με το Lies of P, ή ξέρω εγώ gameplay, πάρε να δεις gameplay και τέτοια. Να μην είναι για όλους, εννοούσα, sorry, το κατάλαβα ρε Γκαρούκ. Τέλειο. Μπράβο παιδιά, έβγε, μ' άρεσε πάρα πολύ. Πάρα πολύ. I like it very much so. Anyway. Αυτά παιδιά για σήμερα. Εμείς τώρα θα ξαναείμαστε live την Πέμπτη. Θα παίξουμε γκεϊμάρες. Παρασκευή ξανά και Παρασκευή, επειδή δεν έχει UH, θα κάτσουμε και λίγο παραπάνω. Και Σαββατάκι έχουμε τα gaming news όπως πάτε. Καληνύχτα Κωστή μου, καληνύχτα. Θέλω να καληνυχτήσω όλα τα παιδιά. Θέλω να ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ για τα subscribe και τα follows και τα shares και όλα τα παιδιά που στηρίζουν το κανάλι, είτε με το follow, είτε με το subscribe, είτε με το να είστε στο chat απλά και να μιλάτε, είτε να λερκάρετε. Όλους σας εκτιμώ, όλους σας αγαπώ. Ειλικρινά μέσα από την καρδιά μου ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ. Και χαλάλι σας και ας παίξουμε Dark Souls 2, δεν πειράζει. Αυτά από μένα. Καλό βράδυ, καλή νύχτα. I love you guys. Τα λέμε την Πέμπτη στις 8 η ώρα. Bye, φιλιά μου. Καλή νύχτα, παιδιά. Όμορφα, καλή νύχτα. Bye. Σας βλέπω, μην κάνετε χαζομάρες. Δήμη, σε βλέπω.